In Shining World True Beauty Award news from California, USA. When the charming Marissa Underwood was crowned Miss Montana USA in 2020, she used the publicity even during the pageant to let the world know that she was a vegan and an environmentalist, as she spoke out against the harms of the animal people raising industry while highlighting the benefits of a plant-based lifestyle. Miss Underwood was met with criticism and even threats from some members of her community. But the beauty queen bravely stood her ground, responding with love and constructive dialogue instead.
It's Montana. One of our biggest exports are cattle. So when the state title holder comes out and says not only is eating animals wrong, but you shouldn't eat animals, and also eating animals is ruining the planet. It was just the worst thing that anybody could have ever done, but also the best thing that happened to me, because with all the hate came all the goodness. And so it was on the news in Montana, and I would go out and people knew who I was, and they would ask me questions and they were interested.
Miss Underwood's courage and positivity inspired many people to become vegan, and she remains a voice for the animal people through her ongoing activism.
Moved by Miss Underwood's story, Supreme Master Ching lovingly presented Miss Montana USA, Marissa Underwood, the Shining World True Beauty Award with a cheerful $10,000 to partake in her noble action. May your inner and outer beauty forever shine in the world as a beacon of mercy toward all meek and gentle beings on earth. God love.
Marissa Underwood gratefully received the award letter, crystalline plaque, and master's publications and DVDs, as well as her financial gift.
This award is presented in recognition of your courage, daring to reveal the dark secrets of the livestock raising industry, and thus uplift citizens with information and wisdom to make the right choice. Not everyone agreed, especially in the entrenched murderous industry, but courage, faith, and a driving ambition to protect the innocent animal people made you unstoppable. For the inner strength and commitment to use your stellar position to help the treasured beings of the animal kingdom, and for demonstrating the true radiant magnificence dwelling within, with high esteem, we salute the heroic and compassionate deeds of Marissa Underwood.
It's a very, very kind, very generous donation to me, and really important, especially within the animal rights movement. We don't have a ton of funding, and so having recognition like this is really, really important for the movement in itself. Thank you so much, and I'm so grateful to be able to continue my activism through animal rights and veganism and continue promoting a more kind and compassionate world for everybody. Thank you.
Research warns global warming is damaging DNA of songbird persons in Australia. In a 17-year study examining the nestlings of purple-crowned fairy wren people from northern Australia, scientists found that higher average maximum temperatures between 31 and 45 degrees Celsius during the nestling period were linked with shorter early life telomeres. A telomere is a section of DNA that protects chromosome integrity. Hence, a shortened telomere could lead to significantly faster aging, earlier death, and a lower reproductive rate. Led by Dr. Justin Eastwood of Monash University in Australia, the paper concludes that in addition to adversely affecting the songbird individual's lifetime fitness, the DNA damage could also lead to the endangered avian species' further population decline. Our appreciation for the concerning analysis Dr. Justin Eastwood and all scientists involved. For the well-being and survival of all beings, may everyone turn vegan soon to cool down planet Earth in celestial wisdom.
Poland to assist Ukraine with its exports. At the recent opening ceremony of a temporary housing site in Borodyanka, Ukraine, with container houses supplied by Poland, the Polish Prime Minister, His Excellency Mateusz Morawiecki, announced that his country is helping Ukraine to export its key products. With the European Union's financial support, Poland is improving its own infrastructure so that its neighbor Ukraine can export more of its grain and goods to other countries. These include North African and Middle Eastern nations that are strongly dependent on Ukrainian grain. Prime Minister Morawiecki also said that the restoration of peace and security was the most important priority, not only for Ukraine, but for all of Europe. We are grateful for your big heart, Your Excellency Mateusz Morawiecki and Poland. In divine kinship, may Ukraine soon have peace and its exports safely resume to ensure the food security of many people.
Belgian university team achieves solar racing world record. The Belgian Agoria solar team recently set the world record for the longest distance driven with a solar car in 12 hours. The team is comprised of engineering students at the Catholic University of Leuven in Belgium. Their car, called Blue Point Atlas, is the 9th version that has been created in the last 17 years. The solar vehicle covered 1,051 kilometers in 12 hours at the Ford track at Lommel, Belgium, which is much longer than the previous world record of 924 kilometers held by a Dutch team since 2020. What impressive success, Belgian Agoria solar team and the Catholic University of Leuven. May the dream of a sustainable world come true, celebrated with even more incredible feats in heaven's brilliance.
Off-duty constable rescues man trapped in his vehicle underwater. Constable Ben Stewart of the Agassiz Royal Canadian Mounted Police jumped into Harrison Lake in British Columbia to save a man who had accidentally driven his car into the 3-meter deep waters. As time was running out, Constable Stewart, who was volunteering with a local search and rescue team, was able to quickly get a wetsuit, life vest, and equipment to break the window, while a fire crew kept him fastened by rope. He was then able to shatter the window and successfully pull out the occupant. With other rescuers, Constable Stewart then brought the man to shore. He was rushed to the hospital with expectations to fully recover. Bravo, Constable Ben Stewart and team. We applaud your unselfish commitment to your community, both on and off duty. May God bless you and anyone who helps fellow beings in such an exemplary manner.
Veg Expo held in Guadeloupe. A first ever veg expo called Salon Veggie Creole was successfully held in Petit-Bourg, Guadeloupe, that saw 1,500 visitors and included over 70 exhibitors, plus 15 workshops and conferences. The expo was founded by a Guadeloupean pastry chef, Thierry Thomas, and vegan event organizer, Jocelyn DiMagni. The events taught the public how to cultivate fruit trees in pots, gave vegan versions of traditional recipes, and provided tips for living in the West Indies as a vegan, and more. Attendees also learned many informative things, including good sources of plant calcium, replacements for eggs in recipes, and vegetables containing omega-3 fatty acids. Way to go, Veggie Creole organizers and participants, on your vibrant gathering to help lead Guadeloupe into an era of peace, compassion, good health, and prosperity. In the caring guidance of the Providence, may vegan know-how and inspiration be shared far and wide as we all move forward as one.
Dog persons help ease emotional and physical suffering for many people. The non-profit animal people therapy provider Hand in Paw was founded in 1996 in Alabama, USA by Bev Franklin, a former executive director of an animal people shelter who noticed the incredible healing connection between animal people and humans. Hand in Paw, whose services are always completely free, has 95 volunteer teams with qualified gentle canine therapists who visit hospital patients, people with mental illness, children with special needs, at-risk youth, the elderly, those undergoing grief, and others. Great job, Hand in Paw, Bev Franklin and co-workers, and especially your gifted dog person team members for bringing comfort and smiles to those in need. In celestial harmony, may all the noble animal people be recognized for the great love and blessings they offer our world.